age of landing. Okay, so this is the given problem. So now we will read the problem, and then we will try to draw a diagram of this, and then we will solve it. Okay, we will design this dog-legged staircase, and I will explain you how to design it. Now see what they have what is the data given to us. Design a dog-legged staircase. So in a dog-legged staircase there are maximum two flights are there. Okay, a dog-legged staircase of an office building. So office building is given in a room measuring 2.8 meter by 5.8 meter clear. So 2.8 meter by 5.8 meter is your clear space they have given to you. So out of dimension 5.8 meter and 2.8 meter. So now the vertical distance between the floors is 3.6 meter. Okay, so the vertical distance between the floor is 3.6 meters. So if you are start climbing the stair from first floor or ground floor, then to reach the first floor the distance between those two floors is 3.6 meter. Okay, floor to floor distance. The width of the flight is to be 1.25 meter. So the width of the single flight is 1.25 meter. Okay, then allow a live load of 3 kilonewton per meter square. So live load is also given to you. Sketch the details of the reinforcement. Use M20 concrete and Fe415 steel. Now this is important. Assume the stairs are supported on 230 walls at the end of the outer edge of the landing slab. So these stairs are supported on the walls. The width of the wall is 230 Okay, so and that wall is where that wall is situated. That wall is at the outer edge of the landing slab. Now if we draw the diagram, of this, now here suppose here I will draw it. So this is 2.8 meter by 5.8 meter. Okay, so this total distance, suppose now from this point to this point, this total distance, and from here to here, this much. Okay, so now this total distance is, this is 5.8 meter and this is 2.8 meter. Okay, it is given to you. So now next, what they have told you, that the width of the single flight, now this is the total distance, so in this now two flights will be there, so we will left some space for the landing. Okay, suppose now from this point we will calculate that how much is the landing and whatever may be the thing, and this is at the approach. Okay, so now if you see, this is your landing slab. Okay, this slab is the landing slab, and this is your approach from which you will start to climb the stairs, and now these two will get separated from here. This is the line, and our steps will be here. Here somewhere, here the steps are there. So in this way the steps may be there. Okay, so these number of steps also we need to calculate how many steps will be there. These are the steps, and on this side, this is now, if you in from this side, you will move. See, तुम्ही जर या बाजूनी पहिले गेलात, हे जर ग्राउंड फ्लोअरला असेल, सपोज this is in, then you will climb these stairs, then you will go to mid landing, and after that you will climb another flight of stairs, and then you will reach the floor. Okay, so here the stairs which are at the second flight, those are dotted stairs. I will draw here like this so that you will understand. This is the basic thing they have given, and now they told you that the distance, the sea width of single flight. So this width from this point to this point, the width is 1.25 meter. Okay, so from here to here it is 1.25. From this point to here it is 1.25. So 1.25 plus 1.25 it is 2.5. But the total width available is 2.8. So the paddi here, this is called as paddi. So the width of the paddi is 0.3. Okay, so width of the paddi will be 0.3. So now if you see the last sentence now, assume the stairs are supported on a wall of 230 mm wall at the end of the outer edge of the landing slab. So these are the slabs. Okay, approach is also nothing but landing slab, but it is at the start. That is why we called it as a approach. And this is your landing slab. So now if we draw again, I will take different color. So the wall, here is the wall. This is the support. Here is the support given. Okay, this is the support on both the sides. Here is the support given. Okay, and now what is the width? And the width of the wall, width of this wall, so this width, it is given as 230 mm. Okay, on both sides. This width is given as 230 mm on both sides. Okay, 230 mm on both sides. So now when this type of condition is there, now this is the support. Okay, this, draw this diagram. This is important. So this is the support. Now in this case, now if we want to calculate the effective span, then your effective span will be, from the center of this support. Okay, from the center of this support to the center of second support. This is the center to center distance. Whatever may be the distance, that will be your effective span. So this is your effective span from this point to this point, center to center. This is your, I will write here, effective span. So roughly from this whatever explanation given in the numerical, this type of diagram is there. This is the diagram. Now the thing is that floor to floor height. Okay, so I will draw one more diagram for that also, floor to floor height. So see now, here I will draw, this is the straight line. Okay, suppose this total is 3.6 meter. Okay, this total is 3.6 meter. I will draw the line diagram so that you will understand. This is the line diagram. Now mid landing of the stairs will be somewhere here. Here somewhere the mid landing of the stair is there. And now we can, this is our single flight. Okay, and this is the next flight. These are the two flights. So the total distance, this is given as 3.6 meter. The total distance from here to here, sorry, the total distance from this point, if I show it by the arrow, then this total distance, that is floor to floor height, is 3.6 meter. Okay, and if I give the name, this is your first flight. Okay, I will change the color so that you will understand. This is your first flight. Okay. Here it is the second flight. Okay, and this is nothing but landing. This line represents landing, and your steps may be like this somewhere. Okay, this is for your understanding. I am drawing, and the next steps will be here. Okay, so the next steps will be like this. This is your riser, then trade, then again riser, trade, riser, trade, riser, trade. Okay, and here your first floor, and this is your ground floor. Okay, this is your ground floor here somewhere, and here at the top this is your first floor. Okay, so this mid landing is at the halfway. If this total is 3.6 meter, then up to this point the distance is 1.8 meter. Okay, so this distance from this point, which is this is this is 1.8 meter. Okay, I hope now you understood what is given over here. Okay, so this type of staircase is given to us. So if you completed this diagram, then we will move to next. Okay, you want some time to draw it, or have you drawn it? Okay, so the next thing is, now you understand, we have drawn the diagram. Okay, so now we will write down the given data, what is given to us. So given data we will write down first. Given data, what is given to us, that is important. So the clear room size is given. Okay, so the clear size, which is how much, 2.8 meter by 5.8 meter. This is the clear size. Okay, floor to floor height is also given. So floor to floor height, which is 3.6 meter. Next, width of flight. Okay, width of flight, which is 1.25 meter. Now after the width, live load is also given. So live load, which is equal to 3 kilonewton per meter square. This is the live load. Then FCK, characteristic strength of concrete, M20 is given, so 20 Newton per mm square. Then what is Fy? Fy is 415. Fy given, it is 415 Newton per mm square. And the width of the wall, okay, I will write here wall, it is 230 mm. So it is 230 mm. So now we will finalize first a riser. Okay, so now we want to finalize the riser. So in the case of riser, let us assume single riser will be of 150 mm. Okay, so here I will write, assume riser R is equal to 150 mm. Okay, so floor to floor height is 3.6 meter. Okay, here we know floor to floor height is 3.6 meter. Now if you see over here, this floor to floor total height, this floor to floor total height is 3.6 meter. So if I want to calculate the height of single flight, if I want the height of single flight, then that height will be 3.6 divided by 2, so that it is 1.8 meter. So the height of single flight is 1.8 meter, and again the height of second flight is also 1.8 meter. So total is 3.6 meter. Okay. So again come over to this point here. What we can say, the height of single flight. What is the height of single flight? It is 3.6 meter divided by 2, which is equal to 1.8 meter. Okay, so 1.8 meter means what? 1800 mm. This is the height. Now see, we want to calculate the number of risers. Okay, number of risers in a single flight. In a single flight. So how many number of risers are required in a single flight, that we want to calculate. So how we are going to calculate that? So what is the total vertical distance? So the total distance is 1.8 meter, 1800. And what the height we have assumed for this single riser? We have assumed 0.15 meter. Okay, 150 mm means what? 0.15 meter. That is what we have assumed. So we need to find out that how many such a 0.15 meter height risers are required to fulfill this total height of 1.8 meter. So for that, what we will do, 1800, that is total height, divided by riser 150, which is equal to, now calculate this. What is the answer? I don't have the calculator, please calculate it. 1800 divided by 12. Okay, so the answer is 12. So 12 number. So how many number of risers are there? 12. Okay, and also remember one thing, in a single flight the maximum number of steps a stair should contain is 12. In a single flight it should not be more than 12. Okay, as per the IS code. So these are the number of risers. Okay, now we will calculate number of treads. So number of treads, how many number of treads will be there? To calculate the number of treads, so to calculate the number of treads, formula is R minus 1, riser minus 1, because the last tread is merged into the landing. Okay, last tread is merged into the landing. I will tell you how. So suppose now this is your landing. Okay, now I will draw the steps. I will draw the steps randomly. So here, suppose now these are the steps. Okay. Now you see over here, if I want to count the riser, okay, if I count the riser, so how many risers are there? This is one, this is second, okay, this is two, three, and four. Four risers are there. Now if I count the trade, now if I count the trade, then here you can see this is the first, that is 1. By blue ink I am counting the trade. Then here it is second, and this is third. Okay, for this riser, for this fourth riser, the trade must be over here, but that trade is getting added into the landing, or it is not there due to the landing. It gets cope up with the landing because this is your landing. Okay, so generally if you find over here, how many risers are there? 4. And how many trades are there? 3. So in every case you will find this. This is just an example. which I have told to you. So in short, we can say that whatever may be the risers are there, if you do -1 from that, you will get trade. Okay, per flight for this dog-legged staircase. Okay, so now continuing this r minus 1, that is 12 minus 1, which is equal to how much? 11 numbers. Okay, so how many trades are there? 11 trades are there. Okay, so 11 trades are there. Now what we are going to do, we fix the dimension of the trade also. Now 11 trades are there with us. So how much it is? See, we need to do the calculation. Okay, so if we take the 280 is the width of the is for dimension of the trade. Okay, and we want 11 trades, then what will be our going length? See, जर तुम्हाला सगळं डोक्यावरनं चाललं असेल तर इकडे बघा. See over here, you will start climbing from this point. Okay, so how many trades are there? This is the plan view, so all these are trades, 1 2 3 and up to 11. Okay, so 11 trades are there. Okay, so let us assume that our one single trade is of 280 mm. Okay, as this is the office building, we will keep our trade, that is this much single trade from this point to this point. The single trade is of 280 mm. But how many such a trades are required? 11 trades are required. So 280 into 11, if you do, you will get this length from this point to this point. This is your going length. Okay, so we will calculate here. Now I will write over here. Take okay, 3080, take t is equal to 280 mm. Okay, but if you see our previously, how many number of trades are required? 11 number of trades are required. So here I can write going length, that is the step length, which is equal to, it is 280 into 11, which is equal to 3080 mm. This is nothing but 3.08 meter. Okay, 3.08 meter. Now if you go back again and if you see over here, so this much length from this point here, it is 3.08 meter. Still it is not our effective span. This is only our, what we can say, uh, going length. Okay, now how much landing we should give? Now we want to calculate how much space we should leave over here. So landing is this distance. Okay, this landing also we need to provide now, and here it is, the approach slab is also there, that is another landing. So we will do the simple calculation now. See, this is 5.8 meter. Okay, 5.8 meter is the total length. From that, minus 3.08. So what will remain? 5.8 minus 3.08. What will be the remaining length? 2.72. I think so. Okay. So 2.72 divided by 2. How much it is? 1.36. So this remaining, this landing will be of 1.36 meter, and this is also of 1.36 meter. Hope you will clear with this. ओके, काय केलं मी इथं बघा अजून एकदा, ह्या पॉइंट पासून ते इथल्या पॉइंट पर्यंत हे टोटल डिस्टन्स किती आहे? 5.8 मीटर. पण या पहिल्या स्टेप पासून ते या स्टेप पर्यंत हे डिस्टन्स किती आलंय तुमचं? 3.08 मीटर. मग मी काय केलं, या 5.8 मधनं 3.08 मायनस केलं. मला आन्सर काय मिळालं? वी गॉट द आन्सर ॲज 2.72 मीटर, हे आपल्याला आन्सर मिळालं. ओके, बट हाऊ मेनी लँडिंग्स वी आर हॅव्हिंग? इथे एक लँडिंग आहे या पॉइंटला आणि इथे एक लँडिंग आहे. म्हणजे 2.72 जे राहिलेला स्पेस आहे ते आपण इक्वली डिवाइड करून दिला. मग 2.72 डिवायडेड बाय 2 केलं तर तुम्हाला आन्सर काय मिळेल 1.36. सो this length is 1.36 meter and this remaining length is also 1.36 meter. Okay, so moving further now, after this, after all this calculation here, I will write landing is equal to how we have calculated land length 5.8 minus 3.08, which is equal to 2.72 whole divided by, or otherwise I will write over here only this bracket and whole divided by 2. So we will get the answer as 1.36 meter. This is our landing and approach also at bottom and top. So now after all this calculation, okay, after all this calculation, we will go for effective length, okay, or load, whatever कुठलाही तुम्ही घेऊ शकता, लोड कॅल्क्युलेशन किंवा इफेक्टिव्ह लेंथ घेऊ आधी आपण. सो इफेक्टिव्ह लेंथ, so effective length, we need to calculate the effective length now. So what is the effective length? Now L effective is equal to, now if you see over here, the slabs are supported on the outer edge of the landing slab. So landing is spanning in the direction of the slab. Okay, so what is our effective span? Here I have shown the effective span, the center to center distance. Okay, in this diagram you can see what is the effective span, the center to center distance. So this is 3.06 plus this is 1.36, this is also 1.36, and then this is 230, so it is again plus 230 by 2. Okay, or directly 5.8 plus 0.23 by 2, that is, this is your effective length. Okay, so many of times you have calculated the effective length. Okay, that formula Sx plus y we are going to use when slab is supported in this way. See, I will draw the diagram. Instead of this, now if this landing slab is supported from this side, okay, from this side, and here also same thing is there, from this side it is supported. I will take the different color. Okay, I will choose the different color so that you will distinguish. So instead of this red support which I have shown over here, if this landing is supported like this, okay, from this side, that is from the transverse direction, okay, then in this case we are going to use that formula S plus X plus Y. Okay, so this is the transverse direction of the support. This is not in the same direction as the slab is spanning and your going length is there. तुम्ही पायऱ्या ज्या डायरेक्शन ने चढत जाणार आहात त्याच डायरेक्शन, तीच तुमच्या स्लॅबची डायरेक्शन आहे, दॅट इज द स्पॅनिंग डायरेक्शन ऑफ द स्लॅब. आणि त्याच्या 90 डिग्रीला सपोर्ट इकडे दिलेला असेल ट्रान्सवर्स डिरेक्शनला, then we are going to use that formula S plus X plus Y. Okay, now in this case, now here if you see this whatever the red support this is given, this is in the same spanning direction as the direction of the slab. Okay, so here in this case we will directly take the center to center distance. Okay, note down this point. I have also drawn the diagram. Next, from next numerical we will take that type. Okay, it is further there. So you see that if the landing slab is spanning in the same direction of the stairs or the west slab, then you should take the center to center distance. Okay, so now if we come for here, L effective, it is 5.8 plus 0.23 by 2 plus 0.23 by 2. What is the answer? Let me know the answer. 0.23 by 2 म्हणजे 0.115 something. 0.20. How much? 6.03. Okay, so it is 6.03 meter. So this is your L effect. Now we will calculate the depth of west slab. So the depth of west slab, overall depth of west slab. Okay, so we have made one assumption over here. मी already तुम्हाला सांगितलेलं आहे. We will assume the depth of west slab is 40 mm per meter span. Okay. It is 40 mm per meter span. So now if you calculate the depth, D is equal to, it is 40 mm into per meter span we have considered. So per meter, for 1 meter span it is 40 mm. So now what is our span, that is effective length, it is 6.03. So multiply this by 6.03. So what is the answer? 40 into 6.03. What is the answer? Overall depth D is equal to, we have assumed that it is 40 mm for 1 meter effective span, that is for 1 meter span. So now 40 mm, now what is our span? It is 6.03. What is our assumption? Be clear with that. मी काय assume केलेलं आहे? The depth, overall depth of my staircase slab is 40 mm. पण ही कधी 40 mm असणार आहे? जेव्हा माझे staircase ची जी इफेक्टिव्ह लेंथ आहे किंवा स्पॅन आहे तो किती असायला पाहिजे? 1 मीटर. Okay, when the span of my staircase is 1 meter, I have assumed 40 mm depth. Now here in this case, what is our effective span? Our effective span is 6.03 meter. So for that we are calculating the depth. Okay, so now the simple thing is, here it is overall depth is 40 into 6.03. So if you calculate, let me know the answer. 40 into 6.03, what is the answer? So the answer is 241.2. Okay, so it is 241.2 mm, because we have taken the depth in mm. So examination मध्ये काय चुका होतात बघा इथं. Okay, many of times what you do, what is our assumption? We are assuming 40 mm depth for 1 meter. So our total span is 6.03. So for that we are calculating. Examination मध्ये तुम्ही काय करता माहिती का डेप्थ कॅल्क्युलेट करताना? हे 40 घेता, 40 इंटू हे 40 कशात आहे? mm मध्ये. मग हे बघताय 6.03, हे कशात आहे? मीटर मध्ये. मग ह्याला परत 6.03 इंटू 10⁻³ केलेलं असते एक्झाम मध्ये. तर तुमची डेप्थ येणार 241.2 इंटू 10⁻³ mm मध्ये डेप्थ येते. ओके, सो अवॉइड दीज मिस्टेक्स. आपला ॲझम्पशनच हे की फॉर 1 मीटर, म्हणजे या बाजूचं युनिट मीटरच आहे. फॉर 1 मीटर आवर डेप्थ इज 40 mm. एका मीटर साठी डेप्थ किती आहे? 40 mm. म्हणजे इकडे mm च आहे राईट हँड साइडला, लेफ्टला मीटरच आहे. फॉर 1 मीटर 40 mm. देन फॉर 6.03 मीटर किती असायला पाहिजे असं आपण काढलेलं आहे, म्हणून या दोघांचं मल्टिप्लिकेशन झालंय. ओके, सो रिमेंबर दीज थिंग्स. Here you can make the mistakes in examination. So that point I have told you already. So pay attention towards that. So that this problem is very easy. तुमच्या हातातले मार्क आहेत हे सगळे. So 241.2, but we are rounding up the depth to the higher side. Okay, so I will round it up to 250 mm. Let us take the depth as 250 mm. Okay, I will take the depth as 250 mm. Now, after the calculation of the overall depth, okay, we need to provide the effective depth. Okay. So effective depth, for the effective depth what we will do, we will assume clear cover first. हे तुम्हाला सगळं DCS1 मध्ये झालेलं आहे. Clear cover. Okay, so we will assume clear cover of how much, 15 mm we will assume clear cover of 15 mm, and we will assume the bar diameter for the staircase main steel bar diameter is 10 mm. Okay, bar diameter is 10 mm. Now what is our effective depth? So effective depth D is equal to, it is 250, that is your overall depth, minus clear cover, that is 15, minus half of bar diameter, that is 10 by 2. So what is the answer? So 10 by 2 means 5. 15 minus 15 minus 5 minus 20. So it is 230 mm. Okay, please check the calculation. चुकलं असलं तर सांगा. So now we got the value of effective depth and overall depth. I think in the DCS1 I have explained you thoroughly what is the effective depth, what is the overall depth, clear cover म्हणजे कुठलं कुठलं डिस्टन्स असतं हे सगळं तुम्हाला शिकवलेलं आहे. Okay, so on that basis now here I have directly written the effective depth by putting up into the formula. So now after this we will go for load calculation. Okay, after this we will go for load calculation. This is our step number 3. Step number 1 is, first when we have assumed the riser and tread, 150 mm riser, 280 mm tread, that is our step number 1. Step number 2 is effective length calculation. When we have calculated effective length, that is our step number 2. And now this is the step number 3, load calculations. If you want step wise, you can give the numbering to the steps. Okay, so load calculation. Now for the load calculation, first we will calculate dead loads. Okay, first dead load, and in the dead load, so I will write here first dead load. Okay, and in the dead load, first it is the west slab. Okay, dead load of west slab, dead load of west slab, that is the staircase slab. West slab is nothing but staircase slab. Okay, which is equal to, so how to calculate it now? So it is D into 25, D, you know that D into 1 into 25 into, I have already given you this formula, under root R square plus T square whole divided by T. Per meter run we will calculate, so divide by T. So now here if you put the values, what is the D? Overall depth, so your overall depth is 250 mm, so it is 0.25. Okay, into 1 I will not write, so into 25 into under root R square, riser square plus tread square. Now take it in meter. Riser we have assumed 150 mm, so 0.15 square, plus tread we have assumed 280 mm, so 0.28 square. Okay, and whole divided by trade, that is 0.28. Now if you solve, you will get the dead load of west slab. So let me know the dead load of west slab. It is 7.09. 7.09. Check the answer. 7.09 is the answer. Please check it. 7.09 kilonewton per meter. So this is the dead load of west slab. Okay, 7.09. So now first now we have calculated the dead load of west slab. Then we will calculate the weight of steps. Okay, The second thing is weight of steps. How do we calculate the weight of steps? It is R by 2 into 25. Okay, or you can simply write half into R into 25. Into 1 is also there, but it doesn't matter if you multiply it by 1 or not. The value will remain same. So 1 by 2 into R riser is 0.15 into this is 25. Okay, density of concrete. So what is the answer? Let me know the answer. First one answer सांगा किती येते? Why so much time is required? 1.875. Okay. So the answer is 1.875 kilonewton per meter. Okay. And now after this, the third thing is floor finish. So now this floor finish and the remaining problem we will see in the next lecture.